This is Sir Travis Truman, and I have made this video to talk to you about the art of vandalism. Now, society claims that vandalism is a crime. However, that declaration has no truth-based legitimacy. Vandals simply damage and destroy property as they personally see fit. Now, of course, society damages and destroys property on a much greater scale via war and other activities that it chooses to engage in. But more importantly, folks, is that the vandal is reflecting injustice and rage that was foisted upon him by his society by doing acts of vandalism. You see? And that's what art is, folks, the expression of self. So vandalism is a form of art. It's a form of criminal art. Now, as I just said, the cause of vandalism is to do with childhood abuse and victimization that is sponsored by society. Now, some people claim that people might vandalize things because they get bored. And I'll call that the boredom effect. Now, we often see teenagers and so on hanging around at night in small groups and so on. Now, in terms of vandalism, folks, the boredom effect can never be the motivating factor. Now, let me explain to you briefly how boredom works, and then I can show you why it can't be the motivating factor. Now, if people have got nothing to do, they've got nothing really to distract them from the reality of their lives, so they begin thinking about things because they're idle. Issues and past victimizations and the harsh realities of their life begin to come to the surface of their consciousness because they are in this idle state. So they need an activity to distract their mind. So basically, boredom is telling you, do something, not destroy something. Okay? So to stop boredom, you have to do an action, and that can be all sorts of different actions, folks. But the reason why some people, when they get bored, act out in terms of vandalism is because they were victimized. And without that victimization that they have suffered from their society, right, boredom cannot cause vandalism. So all the vandal is doing is he's reflecting back the injustice and violence that you have visited upon him as a society. So vandalism is an appropriate outward expression of rage. Now, there are basically two types of vandal that I define within the Forbidden Truth. Those two types are the premeditated vandal, who often goes out regularly, to commit acts of vandalism. There's also the spontaneous vandal. He didn't go out specifically to vandalize something, and he probably doesn't normally do that, and he has done an act of vandalism without even thinking about it. Now, the truth is, folks, that the premeditated regular vandal is more truth-based, honest, and open with himself than one who lashes out at the moment. The premeditated vandal is acting in a much healthier and sane way. This is because vandalism directs his problem outwards rather than holding it inwards. You see, the premeditated vandal accepts himself and admits what he is and what he's doing, and that's always a good thing, folks, because that's a form of truth. Okay? Now, it's very hard for society to stop vandalism. The beauty of expressing true reality rage via vandalism is that everyday items can be used for vandalism purposes. No special equipment is required. So, we're going to do it first here on Truth TV. We're going to take a quick outtake to my personal car hold and check out some of these items. We are live in Sir Travis Truman's car hold. Now, if you are a vandal who's a premeditated vandal that consciously plans acts of vandalism, and you are in a motor vehicle like I do, it's a good idea, folks, to have items in the boot of your car, such as this, folks. Tire iron. Just take this out. That is because, folks, these sorts of implements, okay, these are the sort of things that you'd expect to find in a motor vehicle. And they can be instantly whipped out and used very effectively, folks, as we see here, to smash and right. You see? Yeah, you see that? To destroy property. So always remember that, folks. Keep one of those in the boot of your car at all times if you are a premeditated vandalism. And you can do things like this. So, as you can see, folks, the tire iron is a very effective tool of vandalism. Now, you just have to bear with me a bit here. The pig thugs have recently gone through my car hold. One of their searches and everything's a bit messed up. He's trying to find oh, God. Where's my brick? I think that's it over there, folks. I'm just going to go in. Yeah, that's it. Now, bricks are pretty commonplace type of a thing. You usually get them anywhere. Sure that you can be creative and come up with your own uses for the you know. Well, folks, that was a worthwhile trip out to my car hold, wasn't it? As I was saying before, vandals are tortured victim creations of their society. Every vandalism act they do is just a reflection of the injustice, the insanity and the violence of your low-based society. Vandals have got every right to express their true reality rage via vandalism, and if you don't want vandalism as part of your society, it's up to you to eliminate the causes. You've got absolutely no right to blame or punish vandals. You may not take punitive measures against them and still have any legitimacy as a society. Now, of course, folks, all vandals can grow up to become much more serious criminals. I myself, folks, when I was a little boy, I used to get up to some acts of vandalism, and let me tell you, folks, there's absolutely and utterly nothing at all inherently wrong with it. In fact, it can be quite good for you and healthy. It helps express and get out any anger or issues you have at your society. So, in short, folks, if you're a vandal, don't listen to your society's demonization of vandalism. You don't need to become in denial and be a spontaneous vandal. The more you plan things and look ahead, the better you are able to manage your own situation. So just bear that in mind, folks, if you're watching this video and you just happen to be a vandal. This has been a production by Sir Travis Truman. And if you enjoyed this video, folks, I strongly recommend that you visit my website. And I'll see you next time on Truth TV.